That night felt unusually easy. Our daughter fell asleep without resistance. No crying, no restlessness, just drifted off like everything was finally in place. I remember thinking we got lucky. I was in the living room, scrolling on my phone, the baby monitor sitting face up on the table. I wasn't even watching it, just checking it every few seconds without thinking. The crib was centered in frame, soft yellow light, her blanket slightly bunched near her feet. Then the screen dimmed. Not like a glitch, more like something had stepped between the light and the camera. I looked closer and realized the shadow had a shape. It wasn't spreading, it was defined, standing next to the crib. My brain tried to explain it immediately. Maybe the camera lagged, maybe the lighting shifted. But then it moved. Not across the room, toward her. Slow enough that you could miss it if you weren't paying attention. I was. I don't remember getting up. I just remember the sound of the monitor hitting the floor and my feet slipping slightly as I ran. The hallway felt longer than it should have. When I pushed the door open, I expected to see someone. Anyone. There was no one. The room looked untouched. Same light, same air, nothing out of place. But my daughter was awake. She was looking past me, namely at the corner behind me. Her eyes were fixed on something I couldn't see. And she was engaged, like she was reacting to someone familiar. I didn't turn around. I picked her up and left the room immediately. Closed the door with my foot. Stood in the hallway, listening. Nothing followed. We told ourselves it was a glitch. Something with the camera. That explanation lasted exactly one night. The next evening, when I checked the monitor again, I caught myself hesitating. Just for a second, because part of me expected something to already be there. We moved the crib the next day. A week later, we stopped using that room. A month later, we moved out. I used to think people exaggerated these things, especially when multiple strangers described the same figure. It never made sense. Until I saw him. The first time, I couldn't move. I woke up suddenly, aware of the room before I understood why. Something felt off. Not loud, not dramatic, just occupied. My eyes adjusted slowly, and then I noticed the corner. There was someone standing there. It was just far enough to feel intentional. The outline was clear. Broad shoulders, a straight posture, and something on his head, not blending into the dark like everything else. A shape that blocked it. I tried to shift my hand. Nothing. Tried to speak. Still nothing. It wasn't panic at first. It was confusion. Because he wasn't doing anything. No movement. No approach. Just presence. And somehow that made it worse. Eventually, my body snapped out of it. I sat up instantly. Turned on the light. The space was empty. I stayed awake for the rest of the night. Told myself it was sleep paralysis. That explanation worked until it happened again. This time, I wasn't asleep. I was sitting on my bed, phone in my hand, completely aware. I looked up, and he was already there. Same place as before, like he had been standing there long before I noticed. That's what unsettled me the most. Not that he appeared, but that I hadn't seen him immediately. I turned on the light again. Nothing. Later, I started searching, out of curiosity. Then I stopped, because the descriptions were too consistent, too specific in ways people don't usually match. Different people, same outline, same behavior, no interaction, no sound, just watching. Now, every time I wake up at night, I don't look at that corner right away. I wait, because I've realized something. It's worse when you confirm it's there. It started small. Our cat began sitting in the hallway at night, facing the same section of the wall. At first, it was easy to ignore. Cats do strange things. But then the pattern settled in. Same time, same spot, every night. Then the behavior changed. She stopped just watching. Her body would tense, ears back, low, almost quiet growling, focused entirely on that one point, like something was on the other side, trying to get her attention. We checked everything, listened for movement inside the wall, tapped along the surface. Nothing. Still, she kept returning. Every night, at exactly the same hour. Eventually, we opened the wall, just enough to see inside. I expected dust, wires, maybe emptiness. Instead, there was a gap, a deliberate space, too clean to be accidental. Inside it sat a box, old but not decayed, like it had been placed there and left untouched. We pulled it out, opened it, and immediately felt that something wasn't right. Not because of what was inside, but because of how it was arranged. Objects placed carefully, not randomly stored. Symbols carved into small pieces of wood. Things wrapped in fabric. And photographs. Several of them. All taken in front of the house. Our house. Different people. Different years. But every face had been scratched out. Deep enough to damage the paper. Same motion, over and over. We didn't analyze it. Didn't take pictures. We got rid of it that same day. Closed the wall. Finished the repair. And that night, the cat didn't come back to that spot. It stopped worrying her. She avoided that hallway completely. Like whatever had been there was no longer worth reacting to. But sometimes, when the house is quiet, I still think about one detail. She never once looked confused. She always looked like she knew exactly what she was seeing. And that's the part I can't explain away. Even the darkest stories leave something behind. Stay with me. There are more stories.